As Joseph is in the garden, well, we're talking about some of the different ways you can get the job done.
Now that our gardens are mostly planted, I want to talk about watering. Two things to remember about watering. One, I find most people overwater. Second thing is you want to get the water to the roots of the plant, not to the surrounding area and not to the tops of the plant, but you want to get it down to the roots. Now the easiest and most efficient way to water is overhead sprinklers. Now if you're going to be using sprinklers, keep one thing in mind. Keep the spray as low as possible. The higher the spray goes, the more water is wasted to evaporation. Remember, we want to get the water to the roots. Soaker hoses work well by keeping the water close to the ground and can be laid out along the plants so that you're not watering bare ground nearby, which just promotes weed growth. Let's take a look at some of the systems that have been developed by the gardeners here in my community garden plot. Here you can see how the soaker hose can be wound right around the edges of the plants. Here's another example. Again, hoses on the top laid right along the edge of the plants. Some people like to spend time in their garden every day, so hand watering works well for them. The most efficient way is to bury the soaker hose down at the root level. This eliminates evaporation to the air. You're watering the roots, and if you look at the top of the ground, it doesn't even look like you watered at all. Another way I keep from watering where I don't want to water is I take old hoses and cut them up into short pieces, and then I just put new fittings on the end. And that way I can take the water from one bed to the next without watering in between.